Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. For today's video, we are going to see what if the Minnesota Timberwolves never traded for Jimmy Butler. So as we all know on this point, it's kind of old news. Jimmy Butler has requested a trade from the Timberwolves, and it kind of goes to show that back when that trade happened with Chicago Bulls, it appears the Bulls have definitely won that trade. So, yeah, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at what this team would be looking like if they never trade for Jimmy Butler. I believe the original trade was Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, the 7th overall pick, which became Lauri Markkanen in exchange for Jimmy Butler, in like the 17th pick, which ended up being Justin Patton. So the Timberwolves team, guys, would be looking like this. And let me just say, these pieces right here fit like perfectly together, guys, like absolutely perfectly. Chris Dunn at point guard, Zach LaVine at shooting guard, Andrew Wiggins at small forward, Lauri Markkanen at power forward, and Karl-Anthony Towns at center. And this right here, like Lauri Markkanen and Karl-Anthony Towns playing together like this, that would be absolutely crazy to watch, guys. Absolutely crazy to watch, just because like they're both like 7-footers. They are really good like perimeter players, and just I don't know, man. Like I think that front court could have had like potential to become one of the best in the entire NBA. And then looking over at the Bulls team over there, they are rocking. I gave them just like a basic point guard, you know, somebody they would have signed, because they currently will not have a point guard without Chris Dunn on this team. Also, Jimmy Butler at shooting guard. You got Jabari Parker, assuming he would still sign at small forward. Bobby Portis, who you could argue actually deserves to start, would be at power forward. And then, of course, Wendell Carter Jr. at the center position. So we are going to assume in this case that a lot of like the same scenarios still kind of play out as far as like draft picks and free agent signings and stuff like that. But yes, the plan to do this, guys, is to simulate this first season and just see how good this Timberwolves team would do. Just because like this first season, I don't expect them to do all that great. But the thing is I'm going to simulate like 3-4 seasons down the road and kind of see how this team develops together. Because currently their oldest player in the starting five is only 24, and that being Chris Dunn, who is only in, I believe, his 2nd or 3rd year in the NBA. So yeah, man, this team's extremely young, so we're going to see how they develop together and everything out there. So yeah, man, we're going to talk a little bit about it too, but let's get this rotation going a bit better right here, just because, you know, I want my starting five to be playing a little bit more out there, right? So yeah, we are going to get Wiggins at about 32 minutes per game. No, we'll give him about 34, because the thing about Wiggins is before Jimmy Butler did come on this team, I believe he averaged like 25 points per game in an NBA season. So we did that one time, so we'll see if he goes back to those scoring numbers, although he might just not. All right, yeah, we'll get Chris Dunn about right there. And also Chris Dunn, like, who knows how he would have progressed exactly with the Timberwolves, because, like, he did struggle on this team his rookie season. So you don't really know about that, right? But yeah, so let's go ahead, get going on the simulation. I do want to talk a little bit about the Timberwolves and their current state of things right now. So you think about this Timberwolves team, and what exactly is their issue? Like, why exactly could they not seem to get over that hump and become so dominant out there? Well, I think it just comes down to there's too many different personalities on this team. And sometimes it's a great thing to kind of like mold young players with veteran players, because oftentimes the young guys have a lot to learn from the veterans, but at the same time, sometimes a veteran can get burnt out. So the young bloods out there that are trying to strive for greatness and become champions, sometimes they can motivate the veterans to actually play better out there. But this is just not the case. I was reading a lot of reports that some of the big issues out there is that Andrew Wiggins and Jimmy Butler do not get along at all. Like their personalities just totally do not mesh at all. And I also read this another statistic saying that last season in like 58 games with Jimmy Butler playing with Karl-Anthony Towns, Jimmy Butler only assisted 1 basket in clutch situations to Karl-Anthony Towns, which shows that Jimmy does not trust him in clutch situations. There's also reports out there saying that Karl-Anthony Towns only cares about stats and stuff like that. I don't know how much truth is to that. I mean, that could be argued and stuff like that. I mean, everybody has different like thoughts about that. You can still care about your stats, but still want to go out there and win basketball games. So I don't know if I totally agree with that out there. But yeah, man, as far as this team goes, I think the best situation is obviously to trade away Jimmy Butler. Unfortunately, they're not going to get a lot back for him, but really anything is better than nothing, because if he was just going to walk away after free agency, at least you get something back, because in a lot of cases, free agents just walk away. You don't get anything back, and then it's like, you know, all of a sudden this team lost Chris Dunn, Lauri Markkanen, and Zach LaVine, right? So, I mean, either way, they're going to have a lot of money to work with next NBA season. I am a little skeptical about what Karl-Anthony Towns is going to do, because, yes, he is a restricted free agent, but there's talks about him not really going to sign an extension until the Jimmy Butler situation is taken care of. So you got Tom Thibodeau over there that's like, no, man, I'm not going to trade away Jimmy Butler. He's our franchise, or one of our franchise players. which is just stupid. It makes no sense to me because he's not going to stick around after the season, plain and simple. So why force the man to stay on a team he's not going to play with? Because at the same time, you're showing your young bloods like Andrew Wiggins and Karl-Anthony Towns that you really just don't care about what they think out there, right? And it's not really putting trust in them, and you're just going to piss off the whole entire team. So it's time to take a side. I say you take a side with the young bloods in this case and just cut your losses, plain and simple, man. That's all you got to do is go out there and cut your losses. But yeah, as far as teams that Jimmy Butler should go to, I mean, there's talks of the Clippers, the Nets, and the Knicks. The big reasoning behind all of that is because he kind of wants to be on one of those teams before the next free agent period starts taking over, because he doesn't want to be like negotiating his own contract and going to a team that he's not sure which players they are going to sign. You know, if he goes to the Clippers, that's a team that has enough space to sign another max player, so he can go out there and recruit the guy on his team that he wants to play with. Maybe a Kawhi Leonard, maybe a Kevin Durant, somebody like that. So that's the reason behind that. But as far as this Timberwolves team did, 40-41, Lauri Markkanen and, you know, Karl-Anthony Towns, roughly a 500 record team right there. I mean, that's not bad for this team right here, man, and going into what would be their second NBA season, because it does show promise at least. Bobby Porter's actually got most improved player starting power forward on the Chicago Bulls now. All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. So none of our players on there. They're not really expect to see any, maybe Karl-Anthony Towns. But yeah, so we have the Timberwolves getting the 8th seed in the playoffs. I mean, that's a start at least. And then we got the Bulls actually getting the 5th seed out there with Jimmy Butler. So I think when it comes down to Karl-Anthony Towns also, guys, I would like to say, man, that like patience is going to be another thing with him, because this team could be built into something, because Karl-Anthony Towns is only like 23, but it doesn't matter if he wants to wait or not, or if he's going to end up going to a different team eventually. But yeah, looking at the player stats on the season, we do have Andrew Wiggins at 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, so he definitely did not return back to his former 25 point per game scoring stuff like he did like 2 seasons ago or whatever. Still shot a nice 49% field goal percentage. Zach LaVine at about 18 points. Karl-Anthony Towns kind of played like Dookie, man. Like, I mean, those are good stats and everything, but as opposed to like previous years, his numbers went way down. I know that just means like, how many minutes did he get out there? Yeah, okay, I guess he did play like, I guess compared to last season, about 3 less minutes. That's not really that big a change if you ask me. Chris Dunn did his thing out there. Those are really nice, you know, I don't want to say like great starting point guard numbers, but something you can work with. And Lauri Markkanen, actually the 5th leading scorer on this team with 13 points and 7 rebounds. So I don't know if that's just like Tom Thibodeau's offense is not quite working for this team or what it is exactly. But yeah, man, and looking at the Chicago Bulls team, they went 44-38, so 3 extra wins gives you the 5th seed out in the Eastern Conference. Looking at the player stats right here, we got Jabari Parker at 21 points, 8 rebounds. Jimmy Butler doing his thing at about 18 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Bobby Porter is most improved player. Wendell Carter looking promising out there. Shabazz as the starting point guard at 12 points, 5 assists. So yeah, let's go ahead and simulate these playoffs, and then what I'm going to do is a nice little jump cut. And we are going to hop into like a season that's like, I don't know, man, maybe 3-4 seasons down the road is what I'm going to go with. So yeah, we have, okay, Minnesota actually won. Okay, man, it's a, wow, dude, they lost. It was a 7-game series against the Golden State Warriors, so that's not bad. Looks like Chicago's giving Toronto some problems, but the Bulls have lost 4-2. All right, we'll see who wins the championship real quick. I know you guys get curious about that stuff. And we have Raptors versus Rockets. And we have the Raptors win the NBA championship. Kawhi Leonard getting finals MVP. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to do a jump cut to a future season with this Timberwolves team. Okay, so I was going to go like 3-4 seasons down the road, but this very next season, guys, this Timberwolves team actually made it to the NBA Finals with a record of 4-2. So I guess this right here is probably just a good enough season to look at as any of them out there. Looking at the player development of this team, Karl-Anthony Towns now 95 overall, Lauri Markkanen at 86, 85 for Andrew Wiggins, Zach LaVine 84, and Chris Dunn at 83 overall. Then some bench players out there that are, you know, pretty good. But yeah, man, this just goes to show like how much this team could have developed together, and maybe even a short amount of time. Like maybe they would have had a lot better chemistry, you know, than with Jimmy Butler as of right now. So looking at the player stats on the season, how they do exactly. Well, Karl-Anthony Towns played a lot better. 28 points, 14 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 blocks per game. Lauri Markkanen at 19 points, 9 rebounds. Also playing, oh, no, I guess, never mind. I thought it was 1.4 blocks per game. No, there ain't no shot blocking going on out there. Both shot 40% from 3, so much promise with that. Even Wiggins shot 37%, which must be a career high, or at least pretty damn close to it. Zach LaVine at 17 points. We got Andrew Wiggins at 14 points. Becoming more like a 4th option. Guys, let me know in the comment section below. would you consider Andrew Wiggins a bust? And if you do think he's a bust, what makes a player a bust exactly? Because in my opinion, when it comes to Wiggins, the only reason you can call him a bust is because of how hyped he was out of high school. People saying he was like the next LeBron James. So I think you kind of got to take it like in that context, like who exactly was the player supposed to be going into the NBA? So you guys let me know in the comment section below. Chris Dunn, once again, good numbers. Who knows? Like I said, man, who knows how he would develop though in the rest of the team out there. But yeah, I guess we'll also go ahead and check out these playoff stats because I'm kind of curious how these guys played in the playoffs. And we have Karl-Anthony Towns. Yep, those are cat numbers right there. Pretty similar stats to the regular season. Did not win the championship, but this was only the second season of this video. So they also kind of got lucky in the playoffs. I mean, yes, they did take out the OKC Thunder, beat the 7th seed Pelicans. The Lakers and Dallas both had upsets on their ends for the most part. I guess no, not Dallas over Denver. But yeah, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. I don't know, man. I was just like, when the Jimmy Butler news was dropping, I was very curious about this whole scenario right there, so I want to make you guys a video about it. So be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you are new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.